Okay, Morgan, I'm really excited for what you have for us today.
Yeah, it's me again, back with some true crime. Who would have thought, honestly? Who would have thought? Definitely not me, not I. But I have a case today that is going to make you guys fume. Oh. You are going to be so pissed off, and I'm just forewarning right now that you're going to want to drive to California. It is an active case, so not much has been released, but it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. I had a couple people actually send me this report numerous times, as well as someone posted it on our Patreon Facebook. So you probably already know it, but this is the ongoing case of Arley Naomi Proctor.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Well, also before we even hop into this, trigger warning, this does have to do with the death of a child, right?
Yeah. Okay. Huge trigger warning.
Massive.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Claudia Hernandez Santos, age 25, was under the impression that her 3-year-old daughter, Arley Naomi Proctor, was possessed.
Okay.
Claudia and Arley lived in San Jose, California, along with Claudia's brother, 19-year-old Reen Aaron Hernandez Santos, and Claudia's father, Reen Trigueros Hernandez, who was 59 years old. The Hernandez Santos family was relatively religious. Reen Hernandez, Claudia's father, was a pastor at Iglesia Evangelica Apostles y Profetas in San Jose. Okay. This is translated to the Church of the Apostles and Prophets.
Okay.
There's a lot of Spanish involved in this, so please bear with me. I'm really trying my best.
I did French.
Yeah.
Creeps and Crimes is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy.
Life can be overwhelming, and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped, detachment, fatigue, and more.
I mean, for me, burnout is a lot of things, everything that you just listed. But honestly, one of my main symptoms or signs that I am in a version of burnout is when I struggle to get in the shower. And I love showering. We associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feel burnout. I'm talking everything. BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing all of this stress and burnout in your life.
You guys know we support therapy of any kind.
We love it.
And one of the best ways to get through a burnout or to prevent another burnout is to talk to somebody about it. Don't let it come to the point where you can't get into the shower every night or you can't take care of yourself.
Like brushing your hair. It's something as simple as that. And you're like, I can't do it.
Right.
I was
you just
there.
Don't have the energy.
I just don't have the energy. I was literally there a few weeks ago, guys. BetterHelp is custom online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't even have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours.
Creeps and Crimes listeners get 10% off of their first month at betterhelp.com/creepsandcrimes.
That's BETTERHELP.com/creepsandcrimes. This church was a small Pentecostal church that was actually ran out of the back room of somebody's house. The church is located on the 1000 block of 2nd Street in San Jose, California. Taylor, this is a photo of the entrance to the church.
Oh, it's straight up the back door.
It's straight up somebody's house.
Yeah. It's like if we had a church here, Creeps and Crimes Church.
A little bit about Arley. Arley was a joyful, happy little girl with so much love to give. She would love to help around the house, doing dishes and cleaning, and she was so stinking cute. She was so cute. She was stuck by her mom's side, wanting to go everywhere that she did, the grocery store, the park, and even going to work with her mom.
Aww.
She would start every day with a cheerful, "Morning, son."
Stop.
Yeah. So
You're
sweet.
kidding me.
Arley's father has not been publicly named, but videos have surfaced via her mother on YouTube showing that he was a good dad to Arley. And Claudia would later say that she was blessed to have such a good father for her daughter. Before the story turns dark, Taylor, I'd love for you to watch a couple clips on beautiful 3-year-old Arley.
Okay, perfect. Okay, she is so freaking cute.
The cutest little girl.
And so sweet. Like, she just keeps telling her mama, like, I love you, and helping her.
Ti amo.
Yeah, ti amo. And bringing her, like, all of the toilet paper and, like, wanting to help and, like, hugging on her siblings or cousins.
Loving on her
like,
mom.
Very, very sweet.
Trusting her mom, loving on her mother.
Yeah, very much.
So now we're going to get a little darker here. On September 23rd, 2021, Claudia began to believe that her daughter Arley was showing signs of a possession. She thought this because Arley would wake up and scream or cry periodically throughout the night, which to me sounds like your typical 3-year-old child. Right. But Claudia didn't think so. She consulted with her brother, Reen Aaron Hernandez, who came to Claudia's house, where the two began to pray over 3-year-old Arley. At this time, they began to withhold food from Arley, and this prayer went on throughout the night. Before sunrise, the next morning, Claudia and her brother took Arley to this backroom church. Here, they were joined with Claudia's father, Arley's grandfather, who again was a pastor at this church. Over the course of the next 12 hours, the 3 family members performed what they considered to believe to be an exorcism on 3-year-old Arley. All 3 adults together held down Arley, one holding her legs, another holding down on her abdomen, and the other holding down her neck.
Oh my God.
The adults would rotate positions and shove their hands down her throat in attempt to make her throw up the demon. She eventually released a clear purplish liquid, like as vomited it. Arley fell in and out of consciousness from being strangled multiple times throughout this, I guess, exorcism, which I don't think I could even call it that.
No.
This lasted 12 hours, all while Arley was terrified, confused, and being abused by the people she felt the safest around.
Yeah.
The people she loved. Sometime around 6 p.m. and 6:30 p.m., Arley stayed laying there on the floor of the church, lifeless. She didn't move for 2 hours before the 911 call was made. According to court documents, Claudia called 911 to report that her daughter was dead. When responders arrived at the church, they found baby girl Arley unconscious on the floor, observing bruising around her eyes, neck, and chest. That's so hard.
Oh my God.
After attempting life-saving measures, Arley was pronounced dead at an area hospital 45 minutes later. Officers on the scene learned that the suspects believed the child was possessed by a demon and that they were at the church just praying over her. The affidavit says, this is quote, Hernandez, and they're referring to her mother at this time, Hernandez provided a statement to a patrol officer stating that the victim, her daughter, was possessed by an evil spirit. Claudia stated that she attempted to stick her finger down the victim's throat and squeeze the victim's neck to induce vomiting.
Oh.
The victim fell asleep several times while Hernandez pushed down on her throat with her hand.
I have literally no words. I'm just brewing right now.
Yeah.
I'm brewing.
When asked when the last time Arley had food or drink, Claudia stated that the last time she ate was the night before around 9 p.m. and since then has only had a sip of water. This is a full 24 hours later.
Oh my God.
The Santa Clara County Medical Examiner's Office ruled the death of a homicide caused by asphyxiation. A few days after Arley's death, Claudia set up a GoFundMe campaign for donations to the burial expenses. She also changed her Instagram bio to Isaiah 55, verse 8 through 11.
What is it?
Which reads, For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For us as the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return there, but water the earth, making it bring forth and sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it.
Are you saying, is she saying that her word and her thoughts are just as valuable as God's?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What in the cult is happening here?
Right. Just a few months after Arley's death, at this point, nobody had been charged with anything.
And it was ruled a homicide.
Claudia started a YouTube channel.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Literally.
The
please.
first 3 videos not focused on her daughter whatsoever. There was no remorse, no sorrow. There was nothing from this mother. She starts with a video about an introduction of what she wants her channel to be. Basically, she says, "Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just want you to know this is going to be real and raw, so I'm not going to edit a lot, so it's just going to be me talking." And that's literally her demeanor as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of her clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I literally can't watch them not because I even knew the extent of this case, because I didn't. I couldn't watch them because I can't stand the, hey guys,
The entire time she's laughing, she's giggling,
the music.
There's it's not even a worry in the world that her daughter was murdered
by
2 months prior to this,
by her hands. And okay, she said, "I'm not going to edit this a lot," but literally there's edits on the videos, which, by the way, as someone who regularly does YouTube videos, hi, if you don't watch us on YouTube, go watch us on YouTube. But who does these?
Those edits aren't easy.
It takes forever.
Yeah.
It takes forever. And you have to have very expensive stuff to get good ones too.
Yeah, so in each video, there's only 4 videos on her channel. Each one, she's sitting in a car and she's talking. The first one was her introduction, raw and real. Her second video was a Q&A, get to know me,
Jesus,
where her daughter was not mentioned. And then there was a 30-minute video titled The Past, where again, was not about Arley.
What?
Her last video posted is titled Arley Naomi Proctor Hernandez. The entire time, she's shrugging the situation off with repeatedly saying, "It is what it is."
And smiling.
And that there is no point in being sad about her daughter's death.
Oh my God.
She says, quote, "People can talk, but at the end of the day, I know what happened. God knows what happened. And the people that were there when she passed away know what happened."
Yeah, you're right. God knows what happened. You know what happened. Everybody there knows what happened.
And you're going to hell.
You killed your daughter.
Yeah. And throughout this clip of Arley, again, there is no sorrow. She'll say here and there, this is so hard for me. But I had Taylor watch the first 5 minutes of the video, and she's sitting there laughing, guys. She's laughing. She's giddy. Because she's got followers. People are going to watch her.
We just gave her a view.
Yeah, we just gave her a view. But now we're ripping her to shreds.
Fair enough.
Fair fucking enough. She also will insert old Snapchat videos of Arley. And
very
just be
small too. They don't even take up the entire screen, which I'm not here to watch you.
Right, we're not here to watch you. You titled your video, your daughter's name, who you knew would make headlines, and then proceeded to make it about you.
All about you.
God complex much.
Right.
Well, we know from Isaiah 55, verse 8 and 11.
Literally the definition of a God complex.
Yeah. A few days after her YouTube video hardly discussing Arley,
barely,
on January 31st, Claudia was arrested and charged with assault on a child resulting in death. She was booked into the Santa Clara County Jail on 1 felony count of assault on a child with force likely to produce great bodily injury resulting in death.
You're shitting my dick right now.
At the time, Arley's grandfather and uncle, who were involved in the exorcism just as much as her, were not charged with the incident at the church.
Her father was the one who performed the exorcism. If anything, he should be even more so held accountable, not even just by law enforcement, but his ability to be a pastor or a priest or whatever he is should be stripped.
Well, let me tell you what he says.
Oh my God.
Claudia's father, Reen Hernandez, did an interview with the Mercury News. So all of my further information, my quotes are from Mercury News. During this interview, he confirms that they did, in fact, perform a ceremony on his grandchild to liberate her of all evil spirits. But what happened was the will of God and not the consequence of an exorcism.
Listen.
Yeah.
We are literally raised
But
Christians.
when there's times like this, this shit is wrong.
This shit is so fucked, and you're using your religion to hide that you murdered somebody. What? And also, my God, I don't know what your God looks like, but my God, that is not the will of God. Okay? That is not the will of God.
Yeah. He then continues, this is quoted, If you read the Bible, you'll see that Jesus cast away demons and made sick people healthy again. It's not when I want to do it. It's when God, in his will, wants to heal the person. The preacher, he's referring to himself here, is like an instrument of God. What we do is what God says. He did also confirm that when he met his daughter, son, and granddaughter at the church that night, or that morning, Arley was sound asleep when she arrived at the church.
You're kidding me.
She was carried in, and there was no signs of any type of distress or possession.
Demonic possession.
She was sleeping.
She was sleeping. Because she's obviously dealing with something where she's not sleeping all night, which you just assess.
Because they prayed over her all night, and God knows whatever they did in that bedroom with her.
I don't even want to. I know it wasn't praying.
Another preacher at this church who was not present at the time, his name is Oscar Ayala, told Mercury News that they should have sought medical assistance sooner, but then says, quote, "We know we haven't done anything dark, and we know that we have a clean conscience, that we haven't done any harm, and that we haven't provoked the death of this girl. As I say, precautions and actions weren't taken to deal with that case. That was something natural that happened." Natural. Choking a
3-year-old is fucking natural.
Yeah, that's a natural cause of death.
It's different if you're in an exorcism and you just fucking fall out and die and no one's touching you. You had your arms and hands around this baby's neck and you're telling me that it's natural?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm beside myself.
This same pastor also said that he had no idea what they were doing down there.
I can guarantee they had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah. A theology professor at Canisius University named Timothy Watkins gave a little bit of, or I would say some interesting insight to the church itself.
Okay.
He said that the majority of the church where the exorcism took place consisted of 25 members of the local Salvadoran and Mexican community. Mm-hmm. He noted that while Pentecostal churches in El Salvador are known to practice exorcisms and that fasting is a part of this ritual, that exorcising a 3-year-old is extremely unusual. They don't do that.
You don't.
And also that the traditional symbols of Christianity that stem from this religion that should have been in this church were just absent. They were kind of doing their own teachings, doing their...
Yeah.
Almost as if they were under the name of this church, but it wasn't quite this church.
And before we even go on, I do want to say, I'm not blind to the fact that there is a large cultural difference in this case.
Absolutely, yes.
And I'm not mocking that culture. I'm not saying that it's incorrect. I'm just saying for a 3-year-old in this position,
this should have been handled
This should have been handled completely differently. This is not.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. I don't want to come off as mocking. Because I understand.
I understand that there's a cultural difference.
Yeah, but I'm just. You should have had paramedics there. Why did you wait 2 hours?
It's the 2 hour. It's the 2 hours, and it's the physically choking.
Yeah.
Why not just hold her head?
Yeah. This is your baby girl.
You don't have to hold her neck.
But this also wasn't the first time that this church made headlines.
Oh, great.
5 months before Arley's death in April of 2021, the small church was aggressively swarmed with police in search of a 3-month-old infant named Brandon Cellular. Brandon C. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing that name. Mm-hmm. Brandon was kidnapped from his grandmother's apartment on April 25th. He was found safe 18 hours later after being kidnapped by 2 church members. 28-year-old Jose Portillo and 43-year-old Yesenia Ramirez were charged with kidnapping, burglary. Why can I never say that word? Burglary and conspiracy to commit a felony. Ramirez expressed disapproval of how baby Brandon was being cared for by his mother and his grandmother, who were also members of this church. Investigations into the motive and how the church is possibly connected are still underway, but it is confirmed that the pair attempted kidnapping Brandon 3 other times through church, but were unsuccessful, at church.
That just makes no sense to me.
This past week, which if you're listening to this, not currently or a year from now, it is currently May 2022, May 16th, actually.
16th? 17th.
Headlines were made again about this case from last fall that Reen Trigueros Hernandez, Arley's grandfather, and Reen Aaron Hernandez Santos, Arley's uncle, were arrested on charges of child abuse leading to the death of 3-year-old Arley Naomi Proctor. All 3 adults are awaiting trial and looking at up to 25 years behind bars. And that is the case.
That's it, but it's not child abuse. It's the murder of a child.
It's the murder.
It has nothing to do with abuse. That's not you dying as a result of abuse.
Yeah.
If there's never been any instances of abuse before this.
Yeah. I urge you, I guess, for you guys to understand our frustration,
you have to watch these YouTube videos.
You have to watch these YouTube videos.
I wish I could play just like a little clip. I mean, we could play the hay. Let's play the hay. You guys just have to hear this to understand this.
Okay,
we're going to play the hay. Hold on one second.
Another video. If it's your first time here, or if it's your first time watching my videos, hi.
Oh my God. That is her introduction to the video about her daughter
who is dead.
This is her video in remembrance and honor of her 3-year-old baby girl.
And then that
is her introduction.
She goes on to say, like, I just, people just are like, oh my God, don't say hey guys, like hey everyone, just say hey everyone. Oh my God,
But like, you guys know what I mean. Like, I'm not saying hey guys, I'm saying hey everyone, but like, you guys get it. You guys get it. The ones that get it.
The ones that, I'm like, what are we, literally speechless.
Yeah. My heart aches for whatever that baby girl went through that night.
I truly don't even want.
Those are people she loved, people she felt safest around, and they did her wrong.
They did her so wrong. I mean, and it's so sad. It's so sad. And I don't get it. I don't. True crime, I cover it. I just don't understand it. I don't get how you can take the life of another person. I'll never get it.
Me neither.
I'll never understand it. Thanks for covering that. That was awful.
It was awful.
I enjoyed.
Yeah, I hope I did well. There's probably going to be updates, more information coming out. So I'll be sure to stay on top of that and update you guys if anything does come out. So.
Yep. So I can't wait till they go to trial.
Yeah.
And I wonder, do you know if they've released that 911 call yet?
No, because I looked for it.
Oh my God.
I'm really curious
when that comes out. It'll come out during the trial because they'll play in court. Oh my God. Yeah. We have to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to fight religion.
Yeah, they definitely are going to fight religion.
That's why their charges are so
clean
low right now.
Easy.
Yeah. Because the police department knows. Anyway.
But I guess if they said, like, well, are you qualified to do an exorcism? No. Okay. Then what does this have to do with religion? Right.